welcome to Chrysalis. Thank you all for being here. How's your Phantasm going? Did you know that this is our 5th year gathering together? It is an incredible honor to work with all of the magical people who put the time and effort into making this happen. Let's give a big shout out to all the volunteers, all of the backstage staff and the Marquette Fringe board crew. We have all of the artists and vendors who are contributing themselves to this evening. And most of all of you for showing up and being here. You guys are what make Phantasm Phantasm. And thank you to the Lakenins, Tom Lakenin, for having us and so graciously welcoming us to your space. It is an honor, a pleasure. And this year, as we come into the world of Chrysalis, I invite you to put on the perspective of what it means to change. You know, we are in a time in the world where there's a lot changing out there. We are also all humans that are continuously changing inside. And this theme is about that time when we are in the middle of change and maybe we don't know where we're going yet, but we get to come together and share in that process and create that new vision that we want to bring to life. So that is that is the theme behind tonight's show. And as you watch all of the pieces, I invite you to think about what part of yourself is in each of the phases. Sometimes we don't go through all the phases of metamorphosis. Sometimes we are in one place for a long time. Sometimes it's constantly changing. But this is the process of life, and it is a pleasure to share it all with you. So are you ready for a show? And without further ado, we bring you Chrysalis.
Hello. To the Chrysalis.
We will be your guides.
And guide you we will.
As we enter an evening of
self-discovery,
reflection, and utter transformation. For now, we are
Clotho,
Lacases, Atropo,
and you are you.
for now. But we invite you, laden heavy with your lives, to loosen your grip and sink into the spectacle. The Chrysalis is a beginning and a casting off of what was, where we shed that which prevents us from seeing that what we were is not what we are already becoming.
It's okay if you're scared. Sometimes you cling to things as they pass by, even though they and we are always where we are.
Peace will be at hand. I can see you chafing in your shell. Watch and join as we slough our bonds and burdens, pay our respects, and leave John behind. What do we have to work with this time? What griefsome fruit too heavy for the vine?
Let's see.
Here's some guilt to drop. Goodbye to that.
So long.
And what relief as it releases its hold.
It will make good bread.
And a sweet future once it forgets its shape.
And what's this one?
A little fear. Into the pot with it. Weight shed is a weight lifted.
Feel it buoyant, unburdened, and free.
No need for it now.
What next?
A little grief still clung to. This one is a heavyweight, but loose and tender too.
It might hurt a lot to cut the thorn out your foot, but if you're going to be walking, that's going to hurt too.
No shame in feeling an attachment's draw. Even the most loathsome can be a familiar comfort. And even the dearest can tie us down. Spend time in the moment of passing. Feel it full and fill with it, so that it might be familiar too. And when it goes, it will be light. motion, grown already, gainly if not yet graceful.
A dewdrop on your finger.
And birdsong swells your breast. How sweet the world as you start to know it.
There's so much to see.
To hear, to touch and smell. Taste the world alive and overflowing. The bird's feathers dry, and it takes to wing. world full of wonders, sundry diversions that each promise wholeness,
but none can provide it full.
A long while can one wander by lamplight of diversion, a will-o-wisp that pulls and mires pleasant.
But what fresh features are there but that fade?
Where then the wanderer go when the wonderful grows wearisome?
one cannot sustain themselves only as a witness.
Even the most perfect sunset leaves one in the dark.
We need a spark yet.
Something to keep us warm when the world turns away.
Oh, among all the plethora of spectacles and muses,
Surely there is one that can be held on to.
If one can find the will. Fret not the darkened doldrums, they too will pass ere long.
Steel yourself and muster your courage.
imagine what awaits.
Oh, old Solve the Lonesome, a companion.
To see and make real what I have seen.
Circle round each other, another twin twining, mirror and miracle. Reflect the self by what it has known and what's known in the silver surface of other eyes.
Together you might bind the thread that unravels before you. Grasp this strand and look as I hold the other. Together we will knit it, all to hold fast.
But you have to find it first.
Aww, look up. Can you hear?
A desire wells within,
Soft, it's quiet.
but it's steady, beating, driving.
You need only answer the world when it calls.
Let yourself be moved by what pulls you.
Take the first steps of many.
Follow the path as it unwinds.
And you may find yourself suddenly in the thick of
Something that thrums.
You have violet torches?
lose yourself in a motion grander than your own.
Someone
Go
took my
on.
torches.
search,
What?
and
Huh?
you
No,
will
we're good.
find.
Someone took my torches.
You don't have this now?
But these are the same ones as mine.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that happened. They're not to me too. Oh, where's yours? Go. They're not yet. Oh, I got Oh, yeah, where is it? Sorry, Erica.
Your boot beats against the wounds of time.
Even the slightest cavity yawns broad and dauntless to its tethers eventually. Do you struggle still? Still yourself. The day is dropping, and the fire fades.
Oh, desperate creatures, every cloud lives this truth.
And all that lives reviles it. Yet even the stones know it's true.
Howl against all fate, cruel apparition.
But when you have grasped and clawed to hold on to what you have,
Till your hands ache bloody and recoil from the heat of your thread.
what is there left to do but let go?